Hi everyone, how are you? Raven Blackstar here, and I am going to do a reading for the current energies for Libra. So if you're a Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign, stick around. There might be a message here for you. So take what works, leave what doesn't. Messages are for your greatest and highest good. All right, so let's see what's going on in the world of Libra. Your overall energy is that of the Five of Pentacles. So you are feeling like you don't have enough money, you need more. For some of you, you may be feeling a little abandoned, left out in the cold. But I see that you're heading in a direction where you're going to get some help. All right. So if you have been in a place of lack, because that's the big word around the Five of Pentacles these days. But I feel as if you have been, doing with less. I do feel that you are because these people, they're actually on the path walking towards this lighted house, this church, wherever it is. I feel like this is where you're going to get some help. So you're heading in the right direction if you've been feeling out of sorts. Now, this could be, one of these things where you were in a situation with somebody, because here, Libra, we have the Lovers reversed with the Nine of Cups reversed. So, perhaps you just recently split up with someone, or someone split up with you. I think, it kind of left you feeling really abandoned and left out in the cold, so that was something that I think you had to really overcome. The Two of Wands to the Five of Swords reversed. I think you knew that you were going to come to a point where, a lot of the arguing and fighting and everything, it was really kind of pointing to a direction where eventually this was going to happen. So I feel like somebody was a very, very, maybe a little selfish and self-centered, and there was a lot of fighting and conflict, and you say that it was up and they say it's down, and you say open and they say close. It was one of those kind of dynamics. But I think you knew that you really were really hoping to move in another direction, and I feel like now the time has come. Oftentimes I like to say that we always we're gonna cross that bridge when we come to it. So right now you're kind of going on, well, I think you're at the bridge, right? So here you are at the bridge, and again, big decisions, because you've got to do something. You can't, for one thing, money is really tight. You don't have any money. You're on your own. You want to go in another direction. I mean, here with this Two of Pentacles, I mean, anything can throw you off balance. It's just like you are doing everything you can to make things work right now. So I think change is in the air. And, I'm even going to go so far to say, Libra, that this person that you were involved with, they were draining you. They were depleting you of everything. Money, time, energy, I mean, you name it. I feel like they really depleted you. And with that, because that's that selfish energy, and then when you would say, oh, well, we can't afford this, they probably got all sideways, and like, what do you mean we can't afford it? We could last week. How come we can't do it this week? Like they don't understand the fact that you don't have any more money. I can't do this anymore. I can't go on anymore. So I feel like you have to make a decision financially on any level. You really have to make some decisions, because you just can't continue. And I think you have ideas, and I think there's a direction that you've always wanted to go in. And I feel like now with this decision looming over your head, because you've got to do something. I mean, you don't want to be out on the streets. You got, like you want to eat. You put gas in your car. I mean, you got to do something, right, Libra? You got to do something, and here you are feeling really hopeless, because you cannot continue the way you're going. So what will be this final outcome? I feel like the current energy for you, Libra, is making a decision. I mean, truly making a decision. You have got to make a decision as far as what you're going to do. And, because here you come out, look, look, it's sideways, and it flipped out exactly sideways. And it's just like, you need to make a move, but you don't know which way to go. Do I go this way? Do I go that way? What do I do? And I think, one of these things is when we know that there is a decision looming, right? And we need to make a decision. We're always on the fence. Do I do this? Do I do you know, when we finally make that decision, good or bad, but we've made the decision, it's amazing how things happen. And, you know, trust yourself. I feel like, you know, you've been around the block. You've been there before. You've been down this road before. Now's an opportunity. It's almost like now or never. I'm going to do this now or I'm never going to do it. And now everything, you know, I just got to go. So I feel as if, you know, this is one of those energies that, you know, is pushing you, really pushing you. And you're at that point. What do they say? That necessity is the mother of invention. That's kind of where you are, you know. And for you, it's just like the necessity of life is pushing you to make some decisions, you know, whether you want to or not. I feel as if you are being pushed to make some moves. Now, here's the other thing, all right? If you are on the fence about taking a trip and you cannot afford to take this trip, you know, because it's a pleasure trip, maybe you shouldn't go. Maybe you need to stay more focused, because here you're sitting on the fence as to whether or not you should go somewhere. You know, whenever you sit on the fence, to me, that's a no, you know, because if you want to go, you go. You know, if you're sitting on the fence and there's all these reservations, and, you know, put it down on paper, pros and cons, you know. I mean, if there's more cons to why you shouldn't go, then don't go, you know. And if you want to go because, oh, you'll have a good time, well, you know, that's great. But is that really what's important right now? So I feel like you really got to put some priorities out there, you know, as to whether or not you really want to go somewhere. And, you know, this could be an international trip. All right. And it just kind of popped in that you may be on the fence about taking a trip somewhere really far away, because he's holding a world card here, you know. So again, you know, you've got some big decisions to make. So decisions. And, you know, Libra, you don't like to make decisions. No. Anyway, Page of Cups reversed, you know, so I feel like you've got to deliver the bad news. If, you know, you can't, you're just not into this person, and, you know, it's more of a ball and chain kind of relationship. I mean, you might have to, you know, really kind of put your foot down and say, nope, can't do this anymore. I just can't do it. So a lot of things are manifesting for you. You know, out of all of the signs so far, Libra, I mean, yours is pretty really like direct as far as you need to make some decisions, all right? Even though you don't want to, you have no choice, all right? Because it's about moving forward in your future, you know? So you can't kind of sit here and wonder, should I go or shouldn't I go? It's time to really make decisions. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Libra. So take what works, leave what doesn't. Messages are for your highest and greatest good. Hit that like button. If it resonated, terrific. If it didn't, that's okay. I hope you liked the reading anyway. I'm moving on to who's next. Scorpio next, so stick around, and I'll see you at the next reading. Until then, bye now.